Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. My name is Angela Youngman, and I'm a commissioner of the Integrity Commission. This is the semifinals of Integrity Matters, the tertiary level debates convened by the Integrity Commission of Trinidad and Tobago. With us tonight, we have commissioners of the Integrity Commission, our chairman, Mr. Justice Zainul Hussain, our deputy chairman, Mr. Rajiv Desai, Mr. Dionarain Jagana, and our registrar, Mrs. Jasmine Haskell. We also welcome Mrs. Zina Ramatali, President of the National Parent Teachers Association. Before me in the audience here at Cipriani Labour College are students who have debated previously, supporters from tertiary level institutions, friends, family, and well-wishers. There are many more supporters viewing on television, and we hope the debaters keep you gripped with their presentations here tonight. 7 institutions entered the Integrity Matters debate this year. They are Arthur Lockjack Graduate School of Business, Caribbean Nazarene College, COSTAATT, CTS College, Institute of Law and Academic Studies, University of the Southern Caribbean, and University of Trinidad and Tobago. At the preliminaries, our venerable adjudicators, Dr. Marjorie Thorpe, and senior counsels, Mr. Martin Bailey and Mr. Crystal Gift, delivered their verdicts, with the result that the following teams are competing in the semifinals. We look forward, therefore, to hotly contested arguments from Arthur Lockjack Graduate School of Business, Caribbean Nazarene College, COSTAATT, and CTS College of Business and Computer Science. The moderator of the debates is Mr. Jones P. Madeira. Mr. Madeira has been a journalist, broadcaster, and a CARICOM advisor. He has worked in PR and communications for major institutions and was head of news and current affairs at TTT and Trinidad Broadcasting. His career has been as diverse as it is fascinating. The most recent iterations are his role for several years as manager of the Information and Protocol Division of the Judiciary of Trinidad and Tobago, and since 2014, editor-in-chief at News. A few words about why the Integrity Commission has chosen to convene a tertiary level debates competition. As you may know, we are mandated through the Integrity Commissions Act to carry out public education initiatives that foster an understanding of the standards of integrity. For 5 years, the Integrity Commission facilitated the Do Right Champions. This competition attracted primary and secondary school students to use their talents to debate the struggle to do the right thing always, even when no one is looking. Last year, with the launch of Integrity Matters, the Commission took its outreach to a different level. We invited tertiary institutions to put forward a team to debate topics concerning integrity in public life. Why a debates competition, you might ask? A debate is a method of formally presenting an argument in a disciplined manner. The history of debating stems as far back as the philosophical and political debates of ancient Greece. Debates moved into the mainstream when, in the 1976 general election, debates between candidates became a part of US presidential campaigns and were televised to the world. And I know that you all have been looking at the debates that have been going on in the US. Many other countries, including Trinidad and Tobago, have since adopted televised debates as a way of informing the voting public. and giving them an insight into the suitability of political candidates for high office. Debates can be very revealing. You need to think fast on your feet. They can indicate whether a politician has the mental agility to make rational decisions quickly while functioning in a high-pressure environment. Integrity Matters provides an opportunity to spread the philosophy of integrity and leads to a more profound understanding of what being a person of integrity means. The Commission hopes that the debates will motivate students and the general public to think critically about doing the right thing always. At a different level, Integrity Matters encourages teamwork and provides a challenge for students to test debating skills in a friendly but competitive environment. The style that we use in Integrity Matters debates is the MACE debating style, which is prominent in Britain at the school level. In the MACE format, emphasis is typically on analytical skills, entertainment, style, and strength of argument. The winning team will typically have excelled in most, if not all, of these areas. Prizes in this competition are MacBook Pros and MacBook Airs to the first and second place teams. But the real prize in this tournament is the Integrity Matters Challenge Trophy. It will find a home in the winning institution for a year until it is brought back here to be awarded to a new National Integrity Matters champion. In closing, I thank the members of the Commission who have been particularly involved in bringing this event to life. They are Mr. Mervyn Critchlow, Mr. Davy Raja, and numerous members of our staff who are here acting as timekeepers and ushers. We hope that you all have a most enjoyable experience. The teams, the audience, and the viewing public. I hand you over now to our moderator, Mr. Jones P. Madeira.
Thank you very much indeed. I would like to summarize and say let the heat begin. Because you've heard heat mentioned about half a dozen times tonight. But let's do it for the moment. Let me say good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the semi-finals of the Integrity Matters debates. My name is James Rivera, and I am the moderator for this competition. Denise Lambert Grenville and Anil Babular of the Integrity Commission are the timekeepers. The adjudicators are Dr. Marjorie Thorpe, former ambassador of the UN and chairman of the Public Service Commission. She is the chair of the adjudicators. Also, Mr. Martin Daly, senior counsel, is a member of the panel. You heard Mr. Crystal Gifts mentioned earlier on. In the spirit of transparency, let us tell you why he is not here tonight. The fact is, he could be here, but he could not get back from whence he came. And that gives you the hint of everybody is doing today. Tonight, the battle for the persuasive supremacy will be hotly contested in the semi-final debates. May the best team win. The motion for the first semi-final debate is, be it resolved that parents should be held responsible for the school-going children's discipline problems. The affirmative team seated to my left is the College of Science, Technology, and Applied Arts of Philadelphia, as COSTAATT. The negative team seated across the stage is CTS College of Physics and Computer Science. Now, did I get my hands correct? Well, I didn't. So just in reverse order. Now, let me just go through the rules a bit. The speaking time for this debate is 7 to 8 minutes. The sound which guides the debate is a buzzer. A double buzz will sound at the start of the speaking time. It's wrong twice. Team members must wait for that double buzz before they start speaking. A double buzz will sound during the speaking time to indicate that the presenter should stop. And since the buzz reminds me of family feud, that's what I don't actually do, or that I don't prefer my Mr. Happy with That's what it creates as a 1 minute into the presentation, the buzzer will sound once to indicate the points of information to be made, and 1 minute before the end of the presentation, the buzzer will sound once to indicate that points of information can no longer be made. That is true. Points of information may not be made during the submissions. Everyone please ensure that the mobile phones is switched off, and in declaring the debate open, let me call on the first available speaker, Tonya Boulder, who will take the podium when I take this. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judges, board opponents, members of the Nazarene. My colleague and I are here to debate the motion, be it resolved that parents should be held responsible for their school-going children's discipline problems. We will prove that this motion is what is desperately needed for our country today. For the purpose of this motion, parents will be defined as both the biological and legal guardians of children. What does it mean to hold a parent responsible? It means to place responsibility or accountability upon the parents. By this we mean fines, mandatory counseling, community service, parenting classes, and in extreme cases, possible jail time. Now, holding the parent responsible does not absolve the child from responsibility. Let me say that again. Holding the parent responsible does not absolve the child from responsibility. School-going children from the motion can be defined as a child under the age of 18 enrolled in either primary or secondary school. And what about the word discipline? That word comes from a Latin word meaning to learn. From that same root word, we get the word disciple, which means one who learns from master. So when we think of discipline, we should remember that it is a way to learn. Too often it's thought of just a way of keeping school or a class in check. So when we think of discipline problems, we tend to think about the well-known issues that have been happening in the past few weeks. But today, we want to use definitions given by US psychologists Levin and Logan and define discipline problems as 1. Behavior that interferes with teaching. 2. Behavior that interferes with the rights of others to learn. 3. Behavior that is psychologically or physically unsafe. And 4. Behavior that destroys property. Now, understanding the parameters of this debate, I now ask you, should parents be held responsible for their school-going children's discipline problems? We say yes. British psychologist and sociologist Francis Galton said that nurture is every influence that affects a man after his birth. Greek philosophers such as Aristotle believe that you gain your own unique behavior from your experiences. Now, this brings the case study of feral child Oksana Malaya to mind. She was 4 years old when she was abandoned by her alcoholic parents and left to live with dogs. By the time she was found 4 years later, she had lost her basic skills. She no longer talked, and she now barked like a dog. She walked on 4s like a dog. She ate like a dog, and she took care of her hygiene like a dog. And you wonder, what does this mean? It's simple. It teaches us that children are nurtured into behavior. This proves that a child can be nurtured into any kind of person, even to act like an animal. Disciplining children is one of the most important tasks parents have, and the lack thereof of failure to do so results in discipline problems on the part of the child. Now, iconic African-American author James Baldwin said that Children have never been very good at listening to their elders, but they have never failed to imitate them. So you might wonder, what are the stakeholders doing? In 2007, University of the West Indies social scientist Dr. Dennis Brown stated that the ultimate responsibility for what happens to our family members and ourselves rests to a large extent on the principles of the family. In 2014, Slade heroine Damon CTS wrote in the Express, "From my personal experience, I have found that most young persons who find themselves before the courts charged with serious offenses are those who have been the victims of neglectful or abusive parents." Just last month, teachers stated that bad parenting is a major contributor to discipline problems. Additionally, the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, while speaking at the National Consultation on Education, raised the question of responsibility that parents have in nurturing good values and discipline. He went on to acknowledge the difficulties that teachers face in fulfilling their responsibility to educate in the midst of the violence in some of our nation's schools. Zina Ramitani, president of the National Parent Teachers Association, said that parents really need to take up their role and responsibility in the country, that they have to, in spite of the circumstances of their homes, step up. Earlier this month, the country's Attorney General said that we must deal with the issue of people with the responsibility for children who do not meet their societal obligations. So let's review. The Prime Minister, the Attorney General, the late CTS, Tutor, the National Parents Teachers Association, UWI social scientists, and many others all agree with us that parents should be held responsible for their school-going children's discipline problems. They agree that parents need to get involved. They agree that the society is falling apart because of indiscipline amongst school-going children. They agree that parental responsibility is key to solving the scourge in our nation. Now let's discuss the effect that these discipline problems have on the victims. Let's examine what happens to them after the media outrage has moved on. We have the case of 10-year-old Justin Francis, who had his eye punctured by a sharp pencil in 2011 during after-school violence. Today, Justin is still struggling to regain his sight. We also have the incident of the principal, the head of the Rio Grande Secondary School, who was beaten by two 16-year-old children. He was hospitalized. We also can all remember the viral video of the Form 2 student from Rio Grande West Secondary School who was severely beaten by a gang of 21 females in school uniform. That brawl was so intense that the plaintiff to intervene. That Form 2 student had to transfer schools so she could continue her education because she feared for her life. Now this is a small sample, ladies and gentlemen, of those people who have been traumatized by children who were not taught self-regulation or discipline, but instead acted violently towards their peers and their teachers. But believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, there is in fact legislation that holds parents responsible for their children's indiscipline action. Under the Children's Act of 1925, last amended in 2007, and the Children's Act of 2012, parents are responsible for ensuring their child goes to school and is not left home alone. Parents are responsible for appearing in court if their child is charged with an offense. Failure to show can result in a warrant or summons forcing their attendance. When a child is charged with an offense, the court can hold the parents responsible for that child's future good behavior. Parents are responsible for damages and costs if their child is found guilty of an offense. In a magistrate's court, a parent can face a $5,000 fine and 9 months imprisonment if they are found to have caused their child to be exposed to dangerous drugs and substances. Now, based on the power of nature in the child's upbringing, the powerful pleas from the various stakeholders, the needless suffering of the victims, and the existing but unimplemented legislation, it is abundantly clear that parents should in fact be held responsible for their children's discipline problems. And we at COSTAATT are proud to affirm this motion.
judges, members of the Integrity Commission, over the opponents, our audience, a pleasant evening to you all. Our opponent has spent the last 8 minutes of our lives telling us what they deem to be parental responsibility for school-going children's discipline problems. And, as expected, they have provided references, and they've quoted this one and that one, and so forth and so forth. But what they have failed to do is to recognize the one important fact that matters in this motion, is that discipline is everybody's business. How many of you can recall that pastor, or that sir, or that miss, or that pundit who would give you a good buffing if it is you stepped out of line? Or shows like Sesame Street in the old days that would teach you what was right from wrong. For me, it was Miss Helen, my next door neighbor. She used to run and tell my mommy every time I passed the street on the street and until that afternoon. And I used to get vexed. And I used to say, well, why does this so fast, boy? Why should you mind your business? But I did not understand then what I do now, is that it took all of these people and institutions to raise me. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I stand here as a testament that it takes a village to raise a child. And we are all a village. And these school children, they are all our children. Because the future of our nation depends on them. Ladies and gentlemen, my colleague and I are here today to categorically refute the motion, be it resolved, that parents should be held responsible for their school-going children's discipline problems. As we highlight to you that it is because our village has broken down, not like what the opposition would have you believe. Our village has broken down, and this is the main cause of the problem. We no longer see these children as our children, but we see them as his child, and her child, and his responsibility, and her responsibility. But these are all our children. This misconception, ladies and gentlemen, is to blame. I will firstly analyze the influence and power of 3 key institutions that are responsible for disciplinary evaluation. That is the education system, our government leaders, and the media. And my colleague will examine the impact of society and parental accountability. And together, we will show you that if we are to even entertain the notion of holding anybody accountable besides the school-going child for his or her discipline, well, all are we responsible? That means you, that means you, that means you, and even me. And if the penalty was jail time as an opposition to this, guess what? All are we going here? Going to jail tonight. My opponent speaks of parental supervision. Did you know that children literally spend half of their waking hours at school, where the responsibility for supervision is passed from the child, from the parent, to the school? I hold here my daughter's student handbook, and in it is all the rules and the sanctions for breaking those rules. But guess what? I didn't write this. In fact, I had no say in these rules. Our educators and legislators have in fact written those rules and they enforce them. And my daughter, she's obligated to follow those rules. So you tell me, ladies and gentlemen, if it is that my daughter breaks one of those rules, am I to be held responsible? So I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, shouldn't the education system be held responsible? Our answer is yes. And what about our government leaders? When our school-going children observe the behavior of some of our government members who hold the highest positions of national leadership in this country, a behavior that has no consequence, what are they to think? When one member shouting across the floor telling another member to hush his thing on, ladies and gentlemen, what are they going to think? Am I going to think that it's all right to speak to their peers in the same manner? Incidents of corruption, of nepotism, of bribery, of thieving. Wouldn't they think that they have a sensibility do what they want and get away with it? So again, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you, should the government leaders be held responsible? Our answer is yes. Student stab student. Schoolgirls in fighting video. Teachers under siege. Students plot to murder. These are just some of the headlines in the media. And yes, the media has a responsibility to report on school violence, but they also have their place for blame. Our media bombards our school children with sensationalized images of gun violence and sexual assault and popularizes the lives of celebrities and media personalities. Some of whom are known drug pushers. Some of whom are known drug pushers and gang members and thugs. These are our children's role models. So I ask you, should the media be held responsible? Not our parents? My answer is yes.
Are you suggesting that parents have no control in what their children view on television?
I'm getting to this. All of these institutions are failing our children. So don't blame it on the parents. Why is it that parents should have to shoulder the burden of responsibility for the indiscipline created by these institutions? And I'll answer your question now. In the final analysis, as the old saying goes, you can make a child, but you can't make your mind. Right? You are as a parent instill all the moral guidance that you want. But you know what? At the end of the day, your mind is their own. Right? So in the final, in closing, I recall my own childhood days. I was a good child, but I had my spirits of rebellion as any other child. And one of the things my mother always used to say to me, when it is I get to watch, she would say, Colleen, you say you get to go there? How you lay your bed? Say it with me. So you will lie on it. In other words, what she was telling me is that I was responsible for my actions, and I was responsible for the consequences. So having said that, Mr. Moderator, ladies and gentlemen, we emphatically refute this motion. Thank you. To agree with anything that CTS College has just put forward would be to wallow in the pornography of persons while burying our heads in the sand and hoping that this imminent problem does not affect us as a society going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I will start my argument by rebutting a major point that was raised by the opposition member. She stated that the government and the schools, the education system is failing children, and this is why they are behaving the way they are behaving. In 2007, Deputy Commissioner of Police Winston Cooper said, while there is much that a government can be held responsible for, blaming it for the failure of parents to bring up their children to be productive and useful members of society defies logic. My opponents were brazen enough to say that no one else is getting involved and the village is failing the children and hence they are behaving the way they are behaving. But let me give you a list of institutions that have helped and that are willing to help in this problem that is facing us now. Last month, the Minister of Education, Mr. Anthony Garcia, stated that joint patrols at high-risk schools will be implemented in an effort to help. The Minister in the Ministry of Social Development highlighted that her ministry offers counseling to families and to children. She went so far to say that if you can't come
in an effort to help. Police are asking permission to set up youth clubs in all primary and secondary schools because they want to help as a village. The Ministry of Education has implemented the Support Student Services Division to help students maximize their learning potential. Every villager, except the parents, have been chipping in and doing their part. At this point, we need to hold parents responsible. Alabama is a renowned
Okay, so if all this to help is happening, and let's take a look at why is it is not working? Because parents are not taking responsibility.
But we were applying social learning here, and today is regarded as one of the most influential theories of learning and development. His theory states that most human behavior is learned observationally through modeling. He goes on to say that the behavior you learn through observation serves as a guide for future action. What this means is that it is possible for a parent to teach their child self-regulation. It is possible for you to nurture a child in such a way that when they get into the schools and into the classroom, that they can behave in a manner acceptable by society. I would like to ask a question. Is it unreasonable for us to hold parents accountable for their school-going children's discipline problem? Because when you have an LOLE student, or students I should say, being caught on camera, lighting a scratch bomb for the mere purpose of terrorizing people in a restaurant, is it unreasonable to ask the parents to step in? Or when students at Children's North Secondary could threaten to kill a security guard and assault a teacher, is it unreasonable to ask the parents to get involved? Or maybe when a secondary school girl would oppose a teacher and have the audacity and feel comfortable enough to tell her, watch men, I'm not gonna F you with you. Right? And if you come around me, I will slap down your mother so and so. Who we asking to intervene? Or wait, maybe at this point we will ask for some help from the parents. When an elderly secondary school student know how to put out a threat to a teacher by telling them, I know where they live. I know what time your daughter and wife doesn't leave home. I know how to get my revenge. Is it unreasonable then to hold the parents responsible? I think not. At this point, we need an intervention. There are social, economical, and cultural benefits to holding parents responsible. Parental responsibility will facilitate the building of stronger bonds between parents and their children. It will ensure that parents are actively involved in the development of their child's life. If we adopt an overall culture of good parenting, think how much more certain we are of securing a good future and society for our children. It would save the society and the state on cost of legal fees, time, and other resources, such as housing the delinquent juveniles at institutions such as YTC. On my point of YTC, currently in YTC is known as having one of the best rehabilitation programs in this country. Currently, they have a Boys to Men program that's sponsored by the Massey Foundation. They had 20 boys that were graduating, and they invited the parents of these boys to come in. 8 parents showed up, and that's not representative of 8 boys, because in some instances, both parents were there. Some parents didn't even care to provide a suit of clothes for the boys' graduation. Albert Bandura stated in 1998 that we are more heavily invested in the theories of failure than we are in the theories of success. Today I ask, are we going to look at all the failures that were in the past, or are we going to take the necessary step and ask the parents to get involved and hold them responsible for their children in discipline problems? Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
in a child's life seems to be the only one, because obviously other institutions are not helping. Right? Albert Einstein said, the world is not dangerous because of those who do harm, but because of those who look at it without doing anything. Take a look around, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look around. The discipline problems manifesting in our schools today are as a result of society's failures. Parents are not islands unto themselves, and children of today do not exist in a bubble. Issues like stereotyping and prejudice based on economic status, race, and demographic factors are real. We must not deny it. For instance, I live on Enterprise Street, and half of you here are thinking, that's where she's from? I know if my son walks the street at night, too late, police likely to pick him up and search him. But if children feel victimized by society based on these factors, what happens to their attitudes? It sounds something like, well, if you expect me to get on like a car, you're not going to behave like one. Should society be held responsible and not the parents? Toya Gray made international news for pulling her 16-year-old son from a riot in Baltimore, USA. In Trinidad and Tobago, Helen Bartlett makes a video of a 12-year-old daughter being disciplined for posting inappropriate pictures of herself on Facebook. A media firestorm erupted. Everyone had an opinion on whether the method of discipline used was right or wrong. If we see a 14-year-old girl pregnant walking the street, what is the first thing that comes into our minds? How do parents let that happen? What kind of parents she have? The parent is responsible for that. But when we see a parent actively practicing control and responsibility, we are also the first ones to jump up and call them abusive. We send the police to knock on their doors and threaten to jail them. The education system sends social services to knock on their doors and criticize them and judge them. These double standards exist and have to stop. Should I be responsible for my school child's indiscipline when the media, society, the government, and lawmakers have taken that power away from me? I don't think so. My opponents suggest that holding parents accountable would act as a deterrent to our school children's acts of indiscipline. But where is the empirical data to show that these measures are effective? Where is the empirical data? Making parents responsible for their children's discipline, legally or otherwise, is not proven to be effective. In fact, contrary to that, a case study done in Silverton, Oregon, in the USA in 1993 showed a meager 5% reduction in acts of indiscipline. And this reduction only lasted a mere 6 months before it became evident that there was no real impact. The acts of indiscipline did not stop, continued. The government demands that children start school at a certain age. We parents comply. The lawmakers say we need to follow the laws of the land with regards to raising our children. We parents comply. The sociologists, the psychologists, even Oprah says we need to give our children space to grow and become independent and comply. We send them to school, extra classes, cricket, football, dance class, even to the mall with their friends. We can't be with them 24 hours a day. They come into contact with bullies in the school and get into fights, are ostracized by their peers for not having the in-shoe and shoplift to fit in. They are looked at with disgust because they're from Nazarene with was my choice, my free will. I chose to do the wrong thing. I broke the school rules, and I was the one that had to be responsible and accountable for my actions. Ladies and gentlemen, how will our school children learn from their mistakes if parents are held responsible for their discipline problems? What message will we be sending to our children if this were to be adopted? What about teaching our children to take responsibility for their actions? Our national anthem side by side stand. Why am I, as a parent, being made a scapegoat in this responsibility when it is clear that, as my colleague said, our children are a product of a whole environment? The education system, the media, the society, and the government at large. That is the environment. We all know this motion is wholly unjust and unjustifiable. In the beginning of our rebuttal, we made two irrefutable statements, and I'll end with them. Discipline is everybody's business. It takes a village to raise a child. Parents should not be held responsible for their school-going children's discipline problems. Ladies and gentlemen, we are firm in our opposition to this motion. I thank you.
According to the opposition, based on their everyone else except the parent needs to get involved, and parents should simply sip their tea and not have it on their lists. I wish my opponents would have extended their research, because if they did, they would have found out that in 1996, in Oregon, the same state that she is claiming did not see positive results by putting in parental responsibility. When they added more to the law and gave the law more room to work, they saw a 44.5% decline in juvenile delinquency of mere 9 months. CTS College had a number of things to do this afternoon based on the mission. They were supposed to prove that it is a bad idea to hold parents responsible for their own children's behavior. They were supposed to prove that holding parents responsible for their school-going children's discipline problems will not alleviate in any way the indiscipline problems plaguing our nation today. They were supposed to tell us, based on research, what it is that is causing the indiscipline problems in our schools today. And it was expected that they would suggest another more substantial solution to the problem highlighted in this motion. And they have failed on all fronts. We have clearly defined key terms that set a clear parameter for this debate. We brought results of research by psychologists and sociologists that show it is possible to train our children to behave properly. We have highlighted that the legislation is already in place, and we have shown that there are benefits for holding parents responsible for their children's discipline problem. Dr. Eric Williams, on the eve of independence in 1962, said at the youth rally, "Discipline is both individual and national. The individual cannot be allowed to seek his own ambition at the expense of our nation." Winston Churchill said that the price of greatness is responsibility. If we want a great nation, a great society, if we want our children to reach their full potential, then it is time that parents accept responsibility for their school-going children's discipline problem. We thank you.
for their school-going children's discipline program. They have focused their arguments on a minority of discipline situations rather than a majority. They assume that parents operate in isolation where responsibility is concerned, and we have proven them wrong. We have shown that we operate as part of a whole, a larger environment, a village, where everyone in the village, including the parents, has a responsibility towards the discipline problems of school-going children. But the motion here today is should parents be held responsible. We have outlined that it would be unfair, unethical, and unjust to hold parents responsible for their school children in discipline based on the deliberately misleading suggestions that our opponents have attempted to peddle, like the sample we referred to, which was found to be, by the way, inadequate based on a small number of persons included in the sample. And that if they are to learn from their mistakes and grow, they need to be given the opportunity and the responsibility to face the consequences of their actions and not pass the buck to the parents. We have provided evidence which attests to the boundaries which parents face in that responsibility, set out by the education system, the government, leaders and lawmakers, the media and society at large, all of whom have significant influence with regards to the discipline or lack thereof of our school children. No matter how hard my opponents have tried, there is no right way to do the wrong thing. And in this case, holding parents responsible for their school children's discipline problems is definitely a wrong thing. It can be likened to an ostrich who sticks his head in the sand at the first inkling of danger. Ladies and gentlemen, holy opponents, distinguished judges, do not be like the ostrich. Parents are not and should not be held responsible for their school-going children's discipline problems. We, the members of the debate team of CTS College, resolutely refute this motion. Thank you.
We thank them for vigorous